first started, we really had no idea what we were doing. We had all these ideas that looked great on paper. We had written this grant for $10,000 for AOL, and we really just felt overwhelmed with the task in front of us. We had no idea who was going to do the construction, who was going to do all the sound engineering that needed to be done. So one of the most amazing things about the Highway program was watching it all come together.
During freshman year, Ms. Smith got us students together, and we started talking about having maybe a highway room for the freshmen. And we would get together in meetings and plan about, okay, how would we make this room and what would we do in it. And we had a grant from AOL, which was really generous of them. And we used this grant to make this room, which really looks amazing now. And during freshman year, we went to prove that what we were going to do with their money that they gave us. We went over to AOL and made a presentation for them.
We had the idea of making the commercial for the Highway Room because there was a group of us teachers who were on the 9th grade team who had done a skit, and it was really fun, and we really got into it, and the kids enjoyed it. So Ms. Smith had the idea of, well, what if we made a commercial for our Highway Room to try to get people involved? So we spent a couple of days brainstorming, okay, how can we make ourselves look incompetent with painting and electric work and construction and things like that, so that hopefully we could get some people out in the community who knew what they were doing to come in and help us out. So it was a lot of fun.
Promotional consideration paid for by money to build a 9th grade team room, $15,000. A fresh coat of paint, $275. Paint thinner, soap, and towels, $30. Shelving and furniture, $2,400.
Help you. So price and risk is going to be
Medical insurance deductible, $500.
Hey, I'm plugging the new plasma monitor for you over here.
State-of-the-art electronics, $12,000. Fire extinguisher, $125. Your help to do it right the first time? Priceless. There are some things in life that won't make an impact. For everything else, there's the highway.
The Highway Room was 2 small classrooms with a fake wall in between. And our first step in the whole construction process was to tear down that fake wall so that we could open up the room and have the space we needed to do some of our plans. One of the purposes of the Highway Room was to give students at Parkview a place where they could showcase their talents in music or dance or writing or poetry or whatever they're into. And so one of the first things we decided was needed in the Highway Room was a place where they could do that. And we early on decided that one of the showcases of the room needed to be a stage.
Well, one of the real challenges was to make a stage that had a round circumference, because that's what Andy had wanted. It's much easier to build a square stage, but we determined that she wanted to have a round stage, so we had to design a method to get an even circle with an even circumference all the way around. So we got a piece of plastic conduit that was about 12 feet long, and put a screw in the back and made this gigantic compass so we could make a circle and design the curvature that you see on the stage.
One of the big advantages of having a room like this in a school is that the kids can actually feel like they're in a recording studio. We have wireless microphones, we have inputs on the stage. I think it's a 16-channel mixing board, and there's a complete audio taping system. There's There's a video system, so basically everything in this room can be recorded professionally and played back professionally, and that's unusual for a high school. You see that in the colleges, but it's not seen in high schools too often. So you can produce almost anything you want out of this room. Now it's up to the kids to make it happen.
Halfway during the project, Andy decided that it would probably be a good idea to have some storage, and she had purchased this rug, which was our inspiration piece, and so off we went to the stores looking for fabric to coordinate with the rug. Alright, so we decided that curtain panels would be the best way to go. It's not realizing that I had to make 12 curtain panels and that they had to go from the ceiling to the floor. When we actually did hang them, I was really excited to see that they matched, because even though I was measuring them, you never know until you actually hang them whether they're going to come out right. In the end, I'm really pleased with the way they came out, and I think they make a nice addition to the highway room.
Anyone who's involved in a construction project knows that there's always hidden costs, and we found that out pretty quickly with the highway project. We had our initial budget of about $15,000 from AOL, but as we started working on it, we realized we were going to need some extra money just to kind of finish it off and put on the finishing touches that we wanted. And so halfway through the project, we wrote another grant to Lowe's, and they gave us a gift of $5,000. And so between the AOL money and the Lowe's money, we really were able to do what we wanted to do in the room. And I think the final product is really more than we envisioned, and we're really happy with how it turned out.
I really love everything about the highway room. I think it's the perfect place for freshmen to hang out and come do their homework or do whatever they need to get done. I think it's a really good environment, and it's just what freshman students need to do better in school and focus on schoolwork.
Last spring, my students did a project in which they had to perform the entire history of the world in 15 minutes. And the highway room was a great venue for that because with the stage, with the lighting, with the sound, it made it seem more like it was a production rather than just another thing you're having to do in the classroom, standing in front of your classmates.
The building of the highway room was a collaboration between many people and businesses and organizations. It is really my hope that this room will be used to instill in students the skills that they are going to need to be successful in the world. We live in a very collaborative world today, and in order for us to be successful, we must learn to work together as we travel the highway of life. I really thank everyone, from the folks at Parkview to our business partners to the families and parents of everyone who has helped make this room a reality. The students of Parkview High School thank you as well.
Life is a highway.
No one knows where it ends.
It has many steep grades, blind curves,
and dead ends.
These small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate, time falls away, but these small hours still remain. Let it slide, let your troubles fall behind you, let it shine, till you feel it all around you, and I don't mind, if it's me you need to turn to, we'll get by, it's the heart that really matters in the end, our lives.
You will face many hazards as you face life's road.
But education and knowledge will lighten your load.
Boost your spirit by helping other travelers in need. Your self-worth will grow with every good deed.
These small hours still remain. All of my regret will wash away somehow, but I cannot forget the way I feel right now.
Final stretch here.
In these small hours, turns of fate, all these twisted times of fate. Time falls away, yeah, but these small hours, these small hours still remain. Oh, they still remain. These little wonders.
Must live with decisions in life that you make. You determine the path
and the exits you take.
Have goals for the trip.
Keep your path straight and true.
And always remember the driver is you.
Still